You know, it's a real shame that everyone's paying attention to this Tyler interview for what they think he said about Ian. Like, bro didn't even name drop anybody. A bigger shame still because Tyler dropped straight gems. I mean, this is the type of stuff that can really move your career forward if you take the time to apply it. First and foremost, he addresses patience. When Maverick exclaims that Tyler must have a lot of patience for learning piano by ear on his own, bro literally shrugs it off, saying that patience is relative to what you care about.
Who taught you all of that shit? Like, where did you learn music?
I just learned it listening and just studying and stuff.
Piano, taught yourself?
Yeah.
Like just bought one in the crib? How did you teach yourself?
In the 7th grade, I found myself printing out She's Alive by Andre 3000 off the Love Below and thought I was gonna teach myself how to play it. Couldn't read music, I'm a fucking idiot.
Of course.
So I just learned it by ear, and then from there you go from playing two notes to
but that,
3
you
to
must
4.
have to be patient as fuck to hear it and go, where is that? Because you have to find the sound on the...
Yeah, but patience is relative depending on what you care about.
That's true.
That's all I wanted to do. So like, it wasn't like, oh, I want to hurry up and do it. Like, I enjoyed figuring it all out.
And this tip really does have to come first, because you have to know that if you don't have the patience to pursue your creativity, it's most likely because you don't actually want to do it. Because if you did, you would just do it.
Just do it!
But there are some unique exceptions. So if you have a bit of ADHD or just straight up brain rot, check out this masterclass on my other channel to learn more about how to easily focus your creativity. All right, so secondly, Tyler heavily implies throughout the interview that perseverance is a non-negotiable requirement in the character build of a creative. Whenever I give consultation or just reply to someone asking for advice, there's always so many like excuses. Oh, I live in a city with no creatives. If only it was back in the good old days when you didn't have to make content. Dang, I only have the demo version of FL, so I can't really do anything right now. Aw man, if only I... and on and on and on and on. By the way, did you know that Tyler produced his entire first album on the demo version of FL?
Like my whole first album, Bastard, I put out in 2009, I had a cracked version of Fruity Loops. So you couldn't save the beats. So I would have to make a beat or whatever. And then if I had another idea, I just have to export that beat the way it is, and that's it. So you can't...
Because you couldn't go back in later on
I couldn't do anything. So because of that, like, every choice I made was like, what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with an I. Intentional. My brain farted, thank you. Everything was intentional, so because of that, like, you get a finer ear for certain choices.
And it's interesting that Tyler rounds out this point with the idea of intention, because it's impossible to persevere without intention. That's tip number 3. Intention. Your creativity is bolstered by the intention you put behind it. Tyler explains this by talking about how New Magic Wand was his favorite song from Igor, and that he had to intentionally say this each time he performed it live.
This next song is one of my favorites. It mixed all my favorite elements of my production. I like saying this because the performance is me kind of sounding terrible for 4 minutes straight. Like terrible, but it's just such a feeling. So the terrible audio, it's like, yeah, it's out of tune. I'm yelling because I think life is out of tune, and that's what the fuck it is.
And by doing so, Tyler's intent ended up turning this slow burner into one of the standouts on the album.
New Magic Wand. It's number 6 off my Igor album. It's my favorite song I've made to date. That song wasn't as popular as it was when it first came out. That was a slow burner. And every time I perform that song, I let people know, hey, this is my favorite song before I do this song. And people will see that song live and see the energy, see how it felt, whether it's the fire, see how my legs move. And that song started gaining traction and popularity because it gave some people context. And a lot of people who didn't like that song said they saw it live and was like, damn, I understand it now.
Honestly speaking, intention might be one of the best ways to frame your creative thinking. Is there a song or beat you dropped that you want to re-promote or expose to new listeners? If so, come up with 10 content ideas for the track and then space it out over 2 months. Make the content interesting while clearly letting the listeners and viewers know that you're passionate. That's literally what I do on YouTube with this channel and the other one, which is why you always hear As Above, Big Business, and Fish Scale in the background of my videos. I love those songs and they're some of my favorite beats ever. This is also why I'm still promoting the Centerfold drum kit like 6 years later. So the fundamental keys to improving your creative thinking are patience, perseverance, and intention. And if you want to know how to use these character traits to blow up as an underground producer in 2024, check out this video appearing on your screen now. Peace.